Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of 0 to 60. Today's going to be a bit of a vlog, a bit of a tidy up on the X5, and if we get enough time, we'll even take the Dukes of Hazzard 135 over to Jake, because it needs to get some work done to it. The first thing we're going to attack on the X5 is the reverse camera. Basically, the reverse pops up on the Android unit when you engage reverse, and as soon as you come out of reverse on the shifter, it goes straight back to what you were looking at on the screen before. What I'd like to do is get the reverse camera to activate for the whole time the PDC sensors are on. The reason I want to do that, if you haven't seen it, we actually put a pretty trick, like a bird's eye view camera on this car, but it does the whole sort of projected image around the car with one camera. And the idea is if you reverse into a parking space and then you're shunting going backwards and forwards, it actually removes or deletes the image that it's created. But if it stays on with the parking sensors, you'll be able to reverse park into a park on the side of the road, and it should work. So I want to get it sorted, and it's the way that my reverse camera works in my E92. So I want to get onto it. Let me show you what it's doing, and we'll see if we can work out how to do what I want it to do. So basically, if I put it into reverse, we get reverse camera, we get PDC beep. Now this section here, I don't even know if the GoPro is going to pick it up, but basically as you reverse, it prints that image around the car, and it's a pretty trick how it works. But the problem is, if you come out of reverse, and then you go back, actually it'll be fine now, but if it had painted that image, it will actually delete the image and you've got to start all over again. So I think with these Androids you can do it. Now, let's see if we can do this one-handed. Now, luckily, because I'm such a genius, I never sort of permanently fitted the Android, so I can pull it out pretty quick. Yes, we can. And cool, I've forgotten, I haven't been in here in a while. So that right there is the iBus dongle, and the Atoto reverse camera is down there. And I believe this is the wiring for the Atoto 360 cam. Yes, it is. Right, give me a second. Let me work out what we're going to do, and I'll let you guys in on the plan. Well, after a bit of faffing, I couldn't do exactly what I wanted to do. It turns out that these don't have a PDC power feed like I was hoping. Also, the Atoto reverse camera system that we use, it has basically at the front here we have 4 wires that come out of it. We've got accessories or ignition, constant power, the earth or ground, and then it says to the unit's reverse detecting wire rear camera. So when I installed this last time, the rear camera video cable that runs to the camera in the boot, it's got a wire that comes off that you can plug into your reverse wires. So that's how I hooked it up last time. You know, I was being a bit lazy, but where the camera's mounted, it's right next to the reverse light, so it was easy to tap into. And basically, we were running off of the CAN bus control within the Android to turn it to the reverse camera. So when I put it down into reverse, it was the CAN bus telling this to activate the reverse picture. The unit itself, the Atoto reverse camera, it was being activated by the reverse lights. That's fine. What was actually set, the Atoto was set to stay on for 5 seconds. I'm trying to remember all this. However, when you pulled it out of reverse or neutral, it would lose the picture. What I've done now, I've hooked it up to the white wire in here, and I was thinking that that white wire would trigger the Atoto to stay on, but it doesn't. It triggers the Android to stay on from the Atoto. I hope this all makes sense. But long story short, I can't turn it on with PDC. Not the end of the world. But it will turn on with reverse. We'll turn PDC off because it's annoying beep. So obviously we're in reverse, so the reverse camera stays on. However, if I go to neutral now, I have 8 seconds before it switches away from reverse camera. And we go back to reverse, and it'll stay in there. So as long as I'm shunting, oh God, as long as I'm not taking more than 8 seconds to go back into reverse when I'm shunting, it's going to do what I wanted it to do. And 8 seconds is the Atoto's maximum setting. How good are reverse beepers? So I'm going to leave it like that for now. I'll update if I end up wanting to change it. There is a way I can do it, but it basically means I've got to rewire the stuff in the boot, or at least work out the harness pin out on the Atoto unit itself, which is a bit of a pain in the ass. The other thing I was going to do with the Androids, there's a setting where you can actually switch to front camera after you've been on reverse camera, and you can actually switch to the front camera for 10 seconds, and that's how I set up my last E53. However, I need to run the front camera trigger wire to the wire in the boot to to keep the ATOTO turned on. So it's a bit of a messing around to get that to work, but I could do it. We'll see if it staying on for this amount of time is going to be sufficient. I kind of think it will. It stays on for quite a while, as you can see here. 6, 7, 8. Yeah, okay. So half done that odd job. Next thing to do is the Anderson plug in the boot. Let's crack on with that. Oh, and I'm making use of my big power supply because I was sitting there for a long time. It was 40 minutes I was messing around with that. And yeah, this is keeping the voltage at over 13 volts and it doesn't even break a sweat. Like, the box is cold to touch. There's no heat coming out of it. Good power supply. Now, I bought an Anderson plug the other day. Where did I... So this is what I bought from JCar. It was like $25. And I've just realised it says 50 amp connector cover. I bet you it doesn't have a plug in it. It was next to all the Anderson plugs, and the 50 amp ones are nice and cheap. You mother truckers. So they come with a power wire, so you can see when your Anderson plug's got power. It doesn't come with an Anderson plug. Wow. Oh well. Alright, I guess I'm going to have to get some Anderson plugs, which means we won't be doing that today. But JCar is on the way to Jake's. So let's get on to getting the 135 loaded up, I think. Alright, so I'm going to just test this camera out, see if it is going to work. We're coming down a road, and we're going to parallel park next to this Dukes of Hazzard vehicle, which I'll explain shortly. So next to the car there, and then we'll go to reverse. So what the ATOTO does, it paints that image, hopefully you guys can see it, on that side there. This car park's quite large actually. So we've gone like that, and we've pretty much got a full, actually let me switch to the other camera. Don't know if that's any better, it's full reflections everywhere, but we've got a full image around the car apart from this little section up in the corner, and we're coming up against the curb right now, our imaginary curb. So we'll switch back to drive, and then we can come in like so. And that's not long enough, is it? Image is gone. Well, I'm gonna have to rewire the whole car. Right, after that scene, that little clip you just saw, I wasn't frustrated at all. I was really hoping that the 8 seconds was gonna be long enough to do a reverse park. I was filming, but obviously it's not long enough. So I got quite determined, and then it dawned on me, I can just repin the ATOTO wire to do what we need to do. So this little wire is the one that's connected to the reverse lights at the back of the car, and it actually goes down to the back of the car in a really thin single wire like that. But what I've done, I've repinned the signal wire for the ATOTO, and then I've wired it into the Android. So now it's the Android that tells the ATOTO when to turn on. The Android also is now connected to both the rear camera and the front camera. So when we go to reverse, we've got reverse there, and let's time it. I should have timed it before. Okay, so we will go into drive, start timing. So how long does it stay on for? Basically, if it's longer than 8 seconds, I'll be happy. So we get about 10 seconds. That is a setting in the factory settings of the Android. But if anyone knows how to actually connect it to PDC, I'd like it to be on with PDC, and if I can turn it off by just hitting the PDC, that would be ideal. But I cannot work out how to get a trigger wire from the PDC on one of these cars. It's not like the E90s, which is how the E90 Androids just work. Obviously, I've got the iBus app. I've been Googling. They have quite a few settings for PDC and PDC in reverse, but nothing in here to trigger the reverse camera. It'll trigger the PDC switch to front. Switch to front view camera when PDC is activated with a button. Now, if I turn that on, we go right out. I mean, PDC is, I'm activating it with a button. That function doesn't work with the iBus. So anyway, right, we've got to get this trailer loaded up. We've got to get to Jake's. I'm supposed to be at Jake's at 4, so I'm 28 minutes late. The frustrations of trying to sort problems out that you'd think it'd take 2 minutes. Guys, let's get this. And I keep calling it the Dukes of Hazzard's car. In fact, I don't know if I should. Anyway, let's get it loaded up. Well, I might look a bit pale because while I was just topping up the washer fluid, I just saw a snake and I started to film it and I was so excited by the snake, I forgot to hit record. But that was an interesting 45 seconds of me talking to myself. The 135. So this is Dave's car. It's been to Rolls a fair bit. And he was at the RX-8 track day, and that's when the little mishap happened. So I have got footage of it, which Dave doesn't know about. I'll just play a clip of it here.
He's airborne! Yep, I'm flying through the air. This is not good.
Nah, just kidding. Unfortunately, he just ran off the track a little bit, and it was enough to break the bottom of his bumper and damage the intercooler, which in turn damaged the water pump. So it's going to Jake's for a new water pump, and I think he's getting his outlets installed at the same time. However, it got towed here because it had no coolant in it, and I need to tow it to Jake's. So that's what we're going to do. Let's get it loaded up. And I should plug the key. I did code Dave a key while it was here. Oh, and you got a start button. Available at 0to60.com. Yeah, this was actually an ISTA-P car as well, so it's good to get a bit more practice. There's currently no intercooler on this car at the moment, which doesn't really matter for what we're doing, but it does make some interesting noises. All right. Didn't even touch the front bar. Boom. Easy. All right, I got it strapped on. Let's get over to Jake's. Man, today's going slow. Well, she's finally loaded up. We've got King. Say goodbye. Yeah, we need to get over to Jake's. It's been a busy day. We've got Dave with us. Say hi, Dave.
Hey, guys.
All right, let's get going. I don't know where the day's gone. JDM-ness. Well, nice and easy unload, and we're heading up to nice little Sunshine Coast workshop. Well, looks like we've got Wyatt and JB's 1M here. All the cool N54s. Nice. Dave, car's been delivered. Right. I really should have hard parked it so it was backed in next to the 1M. JB's 1M is back. Unfortunately, his turbos are not loving life, which we thought might be the case with the damage to the housing on them. He's not really sure what he's going to do at this point in time. Dave's car's here. This is Wyatt. He's a local subscriber. I hope he doesn't mind his car being on the channel. He shouldn't. It's pretty boss. Guys, I want some opinions. So this is a E92 M Sport, just like my car. Same side skirts, bumpers and everything. But he has these extra lips. They're from Flow Designs. I'm thinking about it. When my car comes back from the panel shop after the hail repair, it's going to look mint. Hopefully it looks as good as Wyatt's. Yeah, let me know. Do you think I should go with these lips and side skirts? I kind of want to. But if you've got a better idea on what to do, because they're quite expensive, it's going to be about $700, $800 to get those for my car. If there's a better option, let me know. Link me below with some side skirt options. Or if you are from Flow Designs, I'll have a deal. Thank you. All right, I think we're going to end it off there. Jake is working hard away on his E36. And I need to drop the dog off. So, guys, thank you very much for watching. Sorry about the terrible lighting. Bit of a dismal vlog today. The reverse camera took way longer than I thought it would. I didn't have an Anderson plug. And I got scared by a snake. Who would have thought? Anyway, it's nearly time for the Vargas car build. DAW has shipped the turbos. Looking forward to getting those Flow Max Pluses.
So it should be a good couple of weeks on the channel. Thank you very much for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.